All right, so let's just start first of all with our feet parallel as normal and hip width apart. And we're going to just start with our breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So think about filling your lungs completely. It's really important to actually breathe deeply into the rib cage as much as we can throughout class, because that will help us do a better move. So just breathing in, push the rib cage out so it pushes the diaphragm up, and then as you breathe out, let's think about engaging that pelvic floor band of muscles that runs from front to back there. Okay, so let's just do a couple of little neck warm-ups. So just take the head to the side and then just look down to the floor as you breathe out and come up to the other side. Breathe in and then just breathe out. Take the head round, just nice and slowly does it, just warming up the neck and breathing out. So big breath in as you get to each side. Just breathe out as you move around and engage the tummy as well. So think about pulling in your tummy as you're going from side to side there. And then just come back to center. Okay, just pop your fingers onto your shoulders there. Okay, and we're just going to take a nice big breath in, and we're just going to turn the top half of the body, keeping the hips facing forward, breathing out and breathe into center. And then just breathing out. So we're just really warming up the upper back and the middle of the back there. Back to center. So just get these arms nicely warmed, okay? And then we're just going to take the arm with us the next time round. Take one arm behind, come back to center, take the other arm behind as you go round. Just do a couple more. And again. And one more. And then just come here to center. Okay, so just holding the back of the chair with one hand here. So all we're going to do to start with is do some heel raises. So we're just going to roll up onto our tiptoes. If you don't want to hold the chair at any time, you don't have to if you want to challenge your balance a bit more. So just rising up, rolling through the feet onto the tiptoes and down again. So think tall, think about the breath, breathing out as we go up and breathing in to come down. So with control. Okay, we're going to add an arm on. So as we go up, so let's just take one arm up to the ceiling and come down. And then you're going to challenge you and take the other arm up. So you have to let go of your chair and come down. Just a little sort of slight bend there, just to get that shoulder warmed a bit more. And again. One more on the other side with the arm. Okay, and then this time I want you to come up onto your tiptoes and then bend your knees and squat down and come up, but stay on your tiptoes. So squat down and come up. So as you come up, think about pulling up the pelvic floor. So we're straightening the legs, but we're keeping on the tiptoes. Okay, so just change your feet slightly so they're in the 10 to 2 position, the Pilates first position, and do the same. So keeping on the tiptoes, we've just got our heels almost touching and we're just bending down and up. So you're working the inside of the legs. So think about pulling everything in as you come up. So, okay, so we can add a ballet arm here. So we could do this and down. So we're looking nice and we're working the arm there. So a few more. One more. And then hold it here halfway and pulse. So we're going to just burn the thighs a little bit this morning, just warming ourselves up. So pulsing, pulsing, pulsing. Hold it there if you can. Couple more, couple more, couple more. Well done, everybody. Bring yourselves up, bring your heels down, and just give your legs a little wiggle, just to loosen off any tension there. Okay, super. Okay, so let's just take one leg to the side, just holding the back of the chair there, just pointing the toe. We're just going to lift and lower. So just lift and lower, just a small lift, not too high to start with. So try and keep the body upright there. Try and think tall, think like a ballerina this morning, just for these leg exercises. Okay, next one up, let's just bring it forward and swing it back, just nice and controlled. So point the toe, let's tense the leg muscles, so we're working the leg muscles as well. You might just have to change the foot position to sweep it over the mat behind you, but just changing that, so just pointing that backwards and forwards. So again, think nice and tall, try and keep the upper body really still. Lovely. Okay, next one forward. Let's take it round in a circle and through and forward. So just stop at the front there as you come forward. A nice little pulse there. Just hold it forward and round. So just warming up the hip there, making a nice circle. Okay, next one forward. Just hold the foot there. Let's rotate the ankle. So just move the foot round, left to right, right to left, whichever. We'll do both directions. And then go back the other way. Okay, and then from here, just bend the knee, just keep the toe pointed and just push out and in and out and in. So just really strengthen and lengthen. Let's really tighten those muscles as we go out and in. So keep the breath going. Do think about being noisy with your breathing, particularly as you're on your own, breathing out through the mouth and in through the nose. Right, hold it with a bent leg. Let's take the leg to the side and round. So let's do nice big knee circles there, just to really warm up the hips. So try and keep the upper body still. Okay, and then just bring the knee to the side, and then I want you to take the foot behind you and come down into a curtsy squat, and then just come up again and lift the knee to the side and take it behind you and squat down. So you should feel a nice stretch there in the outer hip and lifting up. So we do it nice and slowly so we can enjoy the stretch here as well. And up and again. Lovely, well done. And up. And then the next one down. Let's just hold it down there for a minute or two. Just, or not a minute or two, a few seconds. Enjoy that stretch in the hips and in the thigh. I can feel a pulse coming on. Let's add a pulse. Why not indeed? Just pulse. Just a little pulse there, just to warm up those muscles a bit more. Okay, lovely. Come up to standing. And then just a little more on this side, and then we'll swap sides. So take the legs wide into ballet sort of second position, your toes just pointing out there to the side, okay? And then we're just going to bend down and just come up. So a bit of plie work. So down and up. So try and keep your heels on the floor. You're not going to be able to go too far down, possibly unless you're a ballerina, ex-ballerina. So you might need to take the legs a bit wider so you can keep the heels down. If you really can't do it with the heels down, do bring your heels up, okay? So it's just try and keep the upper body up. So as you come up, draw everything up and in. Think about pulling up the pelvic floor and the core. Okay, and then let's hold it down and pulse. I'm just going to admit someone else. Keep pulsing, keep pulsing. And keep pulsing. Oh, lovely. Morning, Katie. We just need a chair for our warm-up this morning. And we're just pulsing in ballet second position. Morning. So pulse, pulse, pulse. So really squeeze the bottom, everybody. Squeeze that bottom in. Lovely. Go on, Richard, you can do it. Lovely. And bring yourselves up. Okay, so same leg still, because I'm going to move the chair to do the other side. Let's take the leg behind. You can just hold the top of the chair lightly with the fingertips. And again, think nice and tall and imagine you're on that piece of string. So we're just going to lift and lower. So just that small movement behind to work the bottom. That big glute muscle. We can all benefit from this. Obviously work to your level, do as many or as few as you can. If you need a break at any time, please do stop. So we're just pushing that back, so working that glute, trying to keep the upper body up. Okay, let's hold it up and pulse again. So pulsing there Really pull the tummy in so you're working those abdominal muscles as well. Okay, and then from here, let's just bend that knee and push it out at a bit more of an angle, a bit more sort of kung fu style from behind. So sort of at an angle between the side and the back there. So we're bending and we're pushing. So try and tense those muscles as you push out. Let's see those muscles toning and the definition there in your legs. So push that leg out. So you can bend and soften the supporting knee. So I'm bending and softening. So let's go down with a little squats, just a little one as we're going out. And we're coming in. And again, couple more, let's go. And another one on my couple. Lovely. Okay, hold it there and just bring it round. Well done, everybody. Give it a little wiggle. Okay, so let's just swap the chair to the other side or walk round, whatever's easiest for you. Now I've just got to remember all of that on this side. Okay, and then we'll just stand on this side. So just to start with, we do heel raises. So feet parallel to start with. Okay, so think nice and tall, holding the tummy in. Let's just raise ourselves up onto our tiptoes and come down again. So just up and down onto the toes. So just up and down, just a few more. Okay, next one up, let's just hold it up there and then let's just bend those knees and just come down. So we're holding up on our tiptoes, so we're squatting down and coming up with feet parallel to start with. So we can add our arm if you like. Let's take an arm up and down. Let's take an arm up as we go down. Let's just do the opposite. There we go. Let's just stretch that arm up. Okay, so let's just do one more like this. Next one down, we're going to come down. We're going to come up halfway, bring the arm down, and we're just going to pulse it here. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Just little pulses there. Think nice and upright. Think about pulling the tummy up and the pelvic floor up. Okay, lovely. Let's bring ourselves up tall. Let's pivot round on the balls of our feet so our heels are touching. So we're in that 10 to 2 position, but we're up on our heels here, up on our tiptoes here. So we're going to come down now. The knees will be going wider, but you're on your tiptoes. And it's this one, wasn't it? We took the arm up and down, up and down. So think nice and tall. Think about squeezing your bottom in as you come up and squeezing your tummies in and your pelvic floor. Really important to have the core engaged. A lot of our energy comes from the core. It's a mind-body connection. This should become automatic for you, that your tummy is pulled in when you're standing and doing things like this. Right, one more, we're going to pulse it. And we're going to come down and then we're going to pulse. Heart rate's going here. Puff, puff, puff. Lovely, couple more, we can do it. Burn, burn, burn. And then just come up and lower your feet down. Well done, everybody. Let's just take a slightly wider stance here. Okay, so we're going to plie down. So try and keep the heels down on the floor if you can. We'll just do a couple of these. Not too many. So just taking the knees to the side and the heels on the floor if you can. Take the legs a bit wider if you need to get that. That's it, the heels down on the floor. Add the arm if you wish. So really pulling up through the bottom, really pulling up through the pelvic floor, squeezing everything as you come up. Let's make this work for us in all areas of the body. Okay, so let's go down and come up halfway and just pulse it here. Really well done, everybody. Okay, really well done. Okay, and then just come up to center. Well done. Okay, so standing on one foot. This is where we just really need the chair. Okay, just making sure you're nice and tall to start with. We're going to just lift and lower one leg to the side. You can take the arm up if you wish. Okay, and next one, let's hold it there. Let's pulse, pulse, pulse. So try and keep the upper body upright, so you're an extension of the other leg. Okay, and then just bring the leg round. Let's have it in front of us and let's just point and flex. Point and flex, so really toning that leg muscle there. Point and flex. Okay, then hold it out nice and long, and then let's just swing it forward and back. Again, keeping the body upright. Keep that tummy engaged. There we go, a couple more. And then take it forward. I think I did it this way around, didn't I? And then let's just take a few circles to the side. So just bending that knee as you come round. That's it, lovely. So you can really feel the leg moving in the hip joint there. Beautiful movement there. Well done, everybody. Let's hold it forward and let's rotate that ankle. So we have to do both sides. And back the other direction. Well done, everyone. Okay, beautiful. Bring the foot down then. So let's turn to face the chair and do the same leg. So making sure you are working the other leg and not the same one as earlier. As we did before then, standing nice and tall. Take a breath in. Make sure the core is engaged. And then we're just going to lift and lower just to work that glute muscle a little bit there. So just pushing that leg behind, pushing it behind. Keep the breath going, pushing out, pushing up, pushing up. So really squeezing that bottom as the leg comes up and up. Let's hold it up there, let's pulse it. Let's hold it and pulse it. Pulsing, 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 pulsing. Okay, and then taking it in, let's just bend and kick between the side and behind. So just kicking that leg out, behind, so out to the side and in, out and in. So soften that knee, let's have a little down and up. Soften the supporting knee on your bend and kick out. Couple more. And one more. Lovely. Okay, pirouette round, and then we're going to do a curtsy squat this side. So we're going to curtsy down and just feel the stretch there in the hip, and then just come up and lift the knee and curtsy down behind. So you're crossing the foot behind you, so you're stretching into that hip and lifting the knee. So think about, again, you imagine you're just being pulled up. Tummy muscles are pulled up, pelvic floor is pulled up, and down and up and down. And this time one more, and let's go down. Let's hold it down there. Enjoy that stretch into the hip, and you may feel it in the back of your other foot and your calf. Okay, let's just pulse it a tiny bit, just for a little bit. We're nearly done on this bit. Well done. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lovely. Okay, bring yourselves up. Okay, you can remove your chair out the way. We're just going to do a couple of other standing sections before we go down onto the mat. Grab a drink at any time, people. I know it's really warm still. Okay, a little bit of balance work to follow on. So some of you may have done this in yoga. So we're going to stand on one foot. And we're going to take one leg behind and just arms down by the side. We take a breath in, engage the core, and just slightly soften the supporting leg and just fold forward, lifting the leg behind. Just go as far forward as you can. You may not be able to get quite as long, but try and make a nice long line. And just hold it for a few seconds. And then just bring yourself back up on the out breath to upright. So let's repeat that. So pull the shoulders back, think nice and tall, holding the foot still behind. Take a big breath in, and then just breathing out. Just slowly come down, come forward, eyes forward, fix on something on the floor in front of you, holding a nice long line. Lovely, and then just bring yourself up, nice and tall. Let's switch legs and do the other side. So just transfer your weight to that leg, take the other foot behind, take a nice big breath in, find a mark on the floor to look at and fold forward, slightly soften the supporting knee. So nice and long, let's hold it there, hold it there. One to practice for you. Okay, take a breath in and breathe out and just upright yourself. Regain your posture there. Okay, so just taking a nice breath in again, pull the shoulders back, stand nice and tall and think floating forward. So let's fold forward over that supporting leg. Look at the floor in front of you. Okay, nice big breath in and come back up to standing nice and tall. Well done, everybody. Just give your legs a little wiggle there, release any tension. Okay, and then we're going to do a couple of roll downs and come down onto the mat. So making sure you take a breath in, tuck that chin to chest, pull that tummy in, let the shoulders hang, the head look down at the chest, and roll yourself down, knees soft to start with. Let's just go down towards the mat, feet parallel, just down towards the floor. Have a nice stretch over here. Just hold it here. I want you to take a breath in. I want you to try and bend and straighten your legs. So just bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. So just try and get a little bit more. If it means your hands need to come off the floor, so you can do that, just try. Let's try and stretch those hamstrings a little bit so you can do this at the end of the class. Okay, take a breath in here and tuck your chin to chest and hold your core in and roll yourselves up. Coming up, bringing the chin up last and the shoulders round and down. Okay, so this time let's take a breath in, let's fold forward. So you're just going to fold forward, the eyes are looking in front of you. You're folding forward, you're going to hold it there, and then you're just going to take a breath in and let the eyes draw a line along the floor and just come down to your toes so you're bent over double there. Try and straighten your legs here, really straighten them and stretch into the back of the legs. So take a big breath in here, let's just roll ourselves up. Just so the hands are at your knees, and straighten your back and take your eyes along the floor. And then we're just going to fold ourselves back up again nice and slowly so you don't get the blood rush. Okay, so we're folding halfway and rolling halfway. Let's do that one more time. Breath in. Hold that tummy in. We're folding forward. So look in front of you, look in front of the mat. Let your eyes look forward, holding it there with a nice flat tabletop back. And then draw the eyes along the floor to your toes. So you end up folding forward double and you come all the way down. Lovely, nice straight legs, I hope. Obviously bent if you need to. Okay, so breath in here. We're just going to roll up to halfway, so hands roughly to the knees. So take your eyes now along the floor in front of you. Flatten the back. Think about pulling the shoulder blades down, breathing out. Then take a breath in and then just breathe out and unfold yourself upright. Lovely, well done everybody. Okay, just let the blood settle, don't have a blood rush here. Let's cross our feet and then take ourselves down to seated, sit down on the mat. I'm just going to adjust my screen slightly because I'm mindful you can't see the mat. That's it, lovely. We're going to come onto the floor, so chair work done. Come and take a seat. Okay, we're going to lie down to start with, so take yourselves nice and long. Let's just lie down on our backs. And then I want you to just to lie down, just move onto your side. Keep your shoulders on the mat. I want you to let your, so for me, my left hand knee towards you is dropping down. And I'm just going to bring my other knee, my right foot over. So I'm there with my shoulders down. I've got one foot, one leg bent and it's crossed over the thigh of the other one. Hopefully you can see that. So I want you to be looking up at the ceiling and I just want you to enjoy this stretch. Now, if you can hold your foot, so my right foot is right by my right hand. I've got hold of it. I'm going to try and pull it a little bit. I'm even going to try and lift it up with my right hand. So the foot that's not on the mat, obviously there's one just laying on its side there. See if you can hold your foot and give it a little pull and a little sort of, just so you're getting a stretch here. But top half of the body down on the mat. So chest to the ceiling, eyes to the ceiling. It's just a bit of a stretch here in the hips. Okay, and release that. And we're going to switch and do the other side if you can. Okay, so obviously if anybody's got tight knees, and just thinking of your kneeling, if you're struggling with that one, adapt it to suit you. So I'm now taking my left leg over the thigh, my right thigh. I'm taking hold of my right foot here, and I'm just going to give it a little pull here. So my shoulders are down on the mat, my chest and my eyes are looking at you, but my chest there is on the mat. My chest is at the ceiling, shoulders on the mat. So just pulling the other leg there for a stretch. Okay, release that one, uncross the legs, just place your feet there ready to go into bridge. Okay, so we've got that natural gap underneath our waist. We need to get a nice flat back, so we need to take a breath in to draw the core in, to hold that tummy in, so big breath in. Fill the rib cage because that will help you. Keep the rib cage down and then just roll those hips down so you close the gap underneath your waist, and then just keep the arms down on the mat, push them into the mat and raise yourself up by rolling through each vertebrae on the mat there. Big breath in at the top and then just start to roll down. So think about pushing each vertebrae into the mat. If it helps you to close your eyes and visualize your spine and the vertebrae moving separately, making sure you put each vertebrae, each one of the 26 onto the mat. All the way through to the coccyx, and then a big breath in here. Let's go up again. So same thing. And we're just going to roll through the hips, pushing the hips up to the ceiling, through the back there. Pull the shoulders down, push those hips up as high as you can. Big breath in here, and then just start to roll down. As you start to roll down, let's take our arms up overhead. I'd like you to think about clasping your hands together overhead if you can and it's comfortable for your shoulders. So just hold your hands there and try and let those shoulder blades just stick onto the mat. Okay, we're going to just try and roll up here. So taking a breath in, we're going to roll through the pelvis and just push the hips to the ceiling, leaving the arms overhead. Breathing out as we push the hips to the ceiling there. Big breath in, reach those arms away from you overhead, and then just keeping the shoulders on the mat. Let's roll down. You'll find this a little bit harder with the arms overhead. All the way down through the back. Now, if anybody's really struggling to keep the arms down, you can always bring them here over the chest. Okay, so that's to modify it. So let's just do that one more time. Big breath in, because this is a great one for the spine. It articulates the spine, it gets it moving, and it eases up any pressure there. Push those hips to the ceiling, push those arms away. Big breath in, and then just roll yourselves down one more time. Okay, now the hands, I want you to change your hands into sort of as if you're pulling a gun, so making your two fingers point long, because what we're going to do is just interlace your fingers, overhead. We're going to take a breath in here. We're going to pull the core in, so closing that gap underneath the waist there. Pull your hips towards your rib cage, and you're going to curl up, pointing the fingers like a gun, and push between your knees. And then just breathe in and come back down. So we're rolling each of the top vertebrae down onto the mat. So breathing out as we go up. And breathing in to come back down. Okay, so we're going to do that again, just moving down a tiny bit. Let's go up again. Pushing the fingers towards the knees. This time I want you to rotate to the side, so to the left of one of your knees, to centre, and to the right of the knees, and to centre. And then just push it a bit more in the centre, and then take the arms back down, roll the neck and the shoulders back down onto the mat. So let's just repeat that. Big breath in, breathing out, roll up, hold that tummy in, point the fingers between the legs there, and we're going to go to the left. So we're rotating to the left, to the centre, to the right, to the centre, and just pulse it there, and then just put it down and go back overhead and pull the shoulders back. So let the shoulders relax on the mat. So one more time, big breath in here. So breathing out, roll up, push those fingers between the legs there, and then to the side, to the left, to the centre, and to the other side, and to the centre. Then just pulse it there, and then just roll it back down. And then just bring your arms back down to the side there. Okay, so we're just going to take it up into bridge and change what we're doing. So take a big breath in here, just roll those hips back and take your hips up towards the ceiling, pushing them up as high as you can. and then we're just going to transfer the weight onto one leg. So I'll transfer it onto my left leg, going to lift my right leg, and I'm going to toe tap with the hips still up at the same height. If it helps you to pop your hands under your hips to hold them up, you can do, okay, or under the waist. So it keeps the hips up really high, and you'll feel it really working in the back. So keep them up, keep the shoulders pulled back, think about pushing the chest to the ceiling. Nice deep breaths, couple more on this leg. And then just bring that down, and then we switch and do the other side. So if it helps you to put your hands under your hips, you can do, okay? So that's making my hips go really high now. Okay, so I'm going to lift the other leg and down. So it's actually changing the shape of my spine slightly. It's making my hips be really high where they should be. I clearly wasn't lifting them high enough. What a difference this is making. So nice big toe tap. Really pull the tummy in, really pull the pelvic floor up every time that foot goes down. Just try and remember to keep thinking about those muscles too. And one more. Lovely. Bring the feet down, roll the back down, remove the hands obviously, and just roll yourself down, all the way down through to the coccyx. Take your knees in and give yourselves a little hug there. Have a rock from side to side and massage your lower back. If you're doing little circles like I am, change direction, so you're just rolling both ways. So we're working the body equally. It's about balancing the body and using our core as control there to help us with our breathing and our movement. Lovely. Okay, so from here, I'd like you to take your knees up into tabletop, so that over your hips. So you need to make sure this tummy is pulled in and your back is flat on the floor, and then your arms to the ceiling and your shoulders melted onto the mat. So you should be able to feel both shoulder blades and have the knees there. So they should be hip width apart. You have a gap between them. So we're going to do hip rolls. Now, if you find it too much with the arms up, you can place them on the floor. Okay, so what we're going to do, nice breath in, and then just breathing in to let the knees go to the side, and then breathing out with control to bring the knees back. So they need to stay at this 90-degree angle. So breathing in, and then just breathing out to come back to center. I'm just going to move over a tiny bit. Okay, so just breathing in to the side, and then with control, breathing out. So really pulling that tummy as you bring the knees back up. It's not as easy as it looks, particularly with the arms there. So really try and keep the upper body stable. So keeping both shoulder blades on the mat as you go. So one more set each side. Lovely, and then come back to center. Okay, we're going to go straight into the 100. If you just need a break here, just to pop your legs down, but I was just going to take you into taking a breath in, curling the head and shoulders up, bringing the arms down next to you. Nice, long, straight, tight arms. So we're really tensing those muscles to make nice toned arms there. And we're working the core. 5 beats, so quite rapid movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. And if you want the next level, you can take your legs long. So you can take a break at any time. Do stop when you need to, but just do it for a tiny bit longer. Okay, take a break there. Bring your knees into chest and just rock from side to side. Just massage it back. Have a drink if you need one as well.